Jussie Smollett's attorneys file emergency motion seeking release from jail. Smollett was sentenced to 150 days in Cook County Jail following his conviction for lying to police about being the victim of a hoax hate crime in 2019. Jussie Smollett's attorneys formally started the process to appeal the Empire actor's conviction Friday as they took steps to secure his release from Cook County Jail while the appeal is pending. Members of Smollett's legal team spent the majority of Friday at Illinois 1st District Appellate Court downtown Chicago, where they filed an emergency injunction seeking Smollett's release. An appellate court judge ruled prosecutors have 5 days to respond to the emergency motion. Also Friday, as anticipated, the actor's defense attorneys filed a notice of appeal in Cook County Criminal Court. 1 day earlier, a judge sentenced Smollett to 150 days in Cook County Jail following his conviction for lying to police about being the victim of a hoax hate crime in 2019. Smollett was also sentenced to 30 months of felony probation, ordered to pay more than $120,000 in restitution to the city of Chicago, and was fined $25,000. He began his sentence immediately after learning his fate Thursday. The criminal case made international headlines when Smollett, who is black and gay, reported to police that 2 men wearing ski masks beat him and hurled racial and homophobic slurs at him on a dark Chicago street and ran off. In December, Smollett was convicted in a trial that included the testimony of 2 brothers who told jurors Smollett paid them to carry out the attack, gave them money for the ski masks and rope, instructed them to fashion the rope into a noose. Prosecutors said he told them what racist and homophobic slurs to shout, and to yell that Smollett was in MAGA country, a reference to the campaign slogan of Donald Trump's presidential campaign. In his ruling, Judge James B. Lynn said the incident's extreme premeditation was an aggravating factor in the case. He also said that he believes Smollett orchestrated the attack to an exacting degree, rehearsing it extensively. "You turned your life upside down," Lynn said. "You destroyed your life as you know it. There is nothing I can do to you today that will come close to the damage you've done to your own life." During his sentencing, Smollett was allowed to make a statement, but chose not to on the advice of counsel, citing a potential appeal in the case. But just after Lynn read the sentence, Smollett addressed the court and once again denied wrongdoing in the case. "If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBT community," Smollett said, standing up at the defense table as his lawyers and sheriff's deputies surrounded him. "Your Honor, I respect you and I respect the jury, but I did not do this. And I am not suicidal. And if anything happens to me when I go in there, I did not do it to myself. And you must all know that." As deputies led Smollett from the courtroom, he repeatedly shouted that he was innocent, and that he was not suicidal. Heather Whittle, one of Smollett's defense attorneys, said the amount of time Lynn spent addressing her client during the sentencing was surprising, considering this was not a murder case. While the actor remains in jail, the plan is for someone on his defense team to visit every day. "He is strong," Whittle said. "We want to make sure he has the full support of team and family." Updated March 10, 2022 at 7:45 p.m. ET. Former Empire actor Jussie Smollett has been sentenced to 150 days in jail after he was convicted in 2021 on 5 felony counts of lying to the police. In January 2019, Smollett, who is black and gay, said he had been a victim of a racist and homophobic attack in Chicago, though evidence presented in court revealed he staged the attack and then told a false story to law enforcement. Smollett is sentenced to a total of 30 months of felony probation, in which he will be allowed to travel. He also must pay a fine of $25,000 and more than $120,000 in retribution to the city of Chicago. "I'm not suicidal, I am innocent. I did not do it, Your Honor," Smollett said after the sentence was handed down by Judge James Lynn. "The hypocrisy is just astounding," Lynn said, adding that he knew Smollett was brought up to be sensitive to issues of racial discrimination. The judge said the actor has shown to have a side of himself that is profoundly selfish and narcissistic, though he acknowledged that Smollett had good qualities too. "I believe that you have done real damage to hate crime victims," Lynn said. He pointed out that victims may be more hesitant to come forward as a result of Smollett's deception. Prosecutors asked the judge to sentence Smollett to an appropriate amount of prison time. They said that Smollett cost the city's police department money, and the team wants his sentence to include payments totaling the cost of overtime that officers worked during the investigation. Smollett's defense lawyers, however, said the 39-year-old actor shouldn't be sentenced to prison, saying that he's already suffered enough with the loss of his acting career. Several witnesses, including Smollett's 92-year-old grandmother, Molly, spoke about his character. "Jussie is what I call a justice warrior. He has been active against injustice all his life. I ask you, the judge, not to send him to prison. If you do, send me along with him," she said. Smollett himself declined to address the court. In 2019, Smollett claimed that two men confronted him on the street, and struck him with their hands and poured a chemical substance on him. The actor also said they tied a rope around his neck. The incident sparked national outcry, but just a few weeks into an investigation, Chicago police said they found that Smollett fabricated the incident and charged the actor with filing a false police report. Smollett faced up to 3 years in jail. Jussie Smollett took advantage of the pain and anger of racism to promote his career, then Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson told reporters in February 2019. "I'm left hanging my head and asking why." Johnson said that Smollett paid $3,500 to stage the attack on himself and drag Chicago's reputation through the mud. In court testimony in December, Smollett maintained his story and denied any allegations that he staged a fake attack. The jury found him guilty on 5 counts of felony disorderly conduct, but he was acquitted of a 6th count. The sentencing will be the first time cameras are allowed in the courtroom during the case.